How's it going, guys? Today I'm going to show you what it's like to drive a 735 horsepower G82 M4 from a first-person point of view. We're going to be using a V-Box to see how fast we can launch it from 0 to 60 miles an hour, as well as rip it through the canyons to see if all the extensive modifications result in a much better handling car. So this car has the full Carbon CB3 kit. Carbon is a company started by Steve Dinan, a wizard in the BMW world, and it's been given a gamut of parts ranging from software to hardware. Now, because this is the competition variant, in stock form, it's got a 3-liter twin turbocharged inline-6, making 503 horsepower. But Carbon has had its way with this car. We've got this gorgeous carbon fiber intake, titanium exhaust, stage 2 software kit, giving it 735 horsepower and 668 pound-feet of torque. We've also got this gorgeous carbon fiber engine cover and carbon strut tower brace. Stock BMW claims it's capable of sprinting from 0 to 60 miles an hour in 3.4 seconds, but today we're going to use a V-Box to determine how much quicker this modified car is. Now, we've got this gorgeous carbon fiber grille to improve cooling. It also just looks so much better than the stock car. Carbon fiber splitter, as well as canards. We've also got these Carbon wheels wrapped in Michelin Cup 2R tires. Behind it are $8,100 carbon ceramic brakes from BMW. If we go around to the rear of the car, we've got a carbon fiber spoiler, as well as this gorgeous titanium exhaust with these carbon fiber tip covers. Now, hopping inside of the M4, we have optional $3,800 carbon buckets that are fantastic. The two-tone looks amazing. I love the shape and design of the bucket seats. They're actually comfortable, which we'll talk more about in a bit. This part is interesting, but it actually serves a very cool purpose. Very nice leather and carbon fiber throughout the interior. We've got customizable M1 and M2 buttons. This isn't the newest generation. We don't have the LCI, so we don't have that massive curved display, but let's hop in. BMW makes some of the best steering wheels in the business. We've got carbon fiber paddles for that 8-speed ZF automatic transmission. It's a bit of a bummer we don't have the DCT anymore, but with the added power, it makes the transmission feel a lot better. To turn it on, engine start stop button right here, and fires up that inline 6. Now, let's go ahead and put it into M2 mode and take it out on the road. All right, so Steve Dinan himself has pre-configured 2 different drive modes for this car. M1 is the everyday driving mode, and M2 is for sporty backroad driving. And who better to actually configure the driving setup than him? So we're placing it into M2 mode, and let's see how this thing does. We're in 4-wheel drive sport M dynamic mode, which is gonna allow it to slip a little bit more. Really limited body roll. Not like the M4 has a lot of body roll to begin with, but there is none here. The suspension is definitely firmer, but in a good way. You've got those monoball bushings, the coilover suspension, and plenty of power in the canyons. 735 horsepower and 668 pound-feet of torque. I feel like in the weirdest way is like the perfect numbers for this road right now. Obviously, you can push these things to ridiculous horsepower numbers, but the fact that this comes with an optional 50,000 mile factory matching warranty, and then you can get an extended 10-year warranty with the modifications, is pretty damn impressive. All right, I'll let you listen to it for a second because it sounds really good, actually. The G80 generation sounds decent. It definitely sounds less kind of farty than the F80 generation, but it's not like an E92. However, with that cold air intake, as well as that titanium exhaust, I feel like this has a good mix of loudness, but not being annoying, and then it's got a really nice induction noise. Wow, this handles really well. it is foggy up here. Once we get to the top of the hill, we'll run some 0 to 60s to see how this is. It is cold out here, which is great for the turbos, but not so great for grip. But wow, I'm really impressed with the way this handles. You know, this generation of car is a little bigger than I would like. I hope BMW starts going the other direction. Less luxury features, less sound deadening, and make it smaller. Imagine if they had a modern day E46 M3 sized M4. I think that'd be awesome. If I were to buy a car like this, I'd probably opt for the G80 M3, just because it's already a larger car. You might as well make it a little bit more practical with those rear doors. But this is definitely the best sorted G80 Gen car that I have ever driven. And I mean that seriously. This is impressive. The steering feels nicer too. Oh man. All right, we got the V-Box set up now. BMW claims this is an xDrive car, a competition with 503 horsepower stock, that it can do 0 to 60 in 3.4 seconds. Now we know magazines have tested it quicker than that, but let's see how quickly this can do it with the Carbon CB3 kit. So if you've got a G80 and want to figure out how to put it into launch control, it's pretty simple. Go ahead and press and hold the DSC button until it says DSC off on the screen. I'm gonna go ahead and put it all the way to the right there, make sure the shifter is in the quickest position. We're in first gear, and then you just floor the brake and floor the gas. So let's see how fast of a 0 to 60 we can do with a launch control in suboptimal conditions, because it is pretty cold. Let's see. All right, foot firmly on the brake. It should say preparing launch control when it's working. There we go. And off we go. Wow, that was fast. Holy moly. 2.9 seconds on the V-Box. All right, for these conditions, I'd say 2.9 seconds compared to 3.4 stock is pretty damn impressive. Good job. And that was a bit of wheel spin too. This would probably do 2.6, 2.7 with an optimal launch, because I think that automatically upshifted into second when it realized it was slipping. Damn. Now let's go ahead and put it into M1 mode, which is a much more comfort-oriented mode. Let's go ahead and make sure we are in full automatic mode, because you could actually drive this thing every single day to the gym, to work, to groceries. And I absolutely love these M Carbon bucket seats. It's a $3,800 option, but they're some of the best buckets in any car. And they also have electronic controls to them, so they tilt, they move forward and backwards. You don't have a slider bar or anything like that. I know some people think they're uncomfortable, and sure, compared to normal comfort seats, of course they are. They're much more intense, but they're so well bolstered that they're just an absolute joy to drive in canyon environments. And I was a bit confused about this part down here, but it holds your legs in place really well, which is just kind of nice. All right, we'll do a little bit more spirited driving now. We'll put it back into Steve Dinan's M2 mode. Confirm. Flick down a couple gear shifts, and off we go. I love the shift indicator light on the dash too. And we've got R compound tires, Cup 2Rs on this thing, which is really awesome on an M4, unexpected. But they've got so much grip. Wow. And Prius. Well, guys, I hope you enjoyed this video. Like always, please browse the channel and subscribe. I look forward to seeing you next time.